Mixed by Serban Ghenea and produced by Max Martin, here's how the rough mix of Don't Call Me Angel sounds. Now, compare that to the final master. Here's the raw rough mix without any processing. Notice the contrast? Due to copyright restrictions, I've uploaded the full versions to my Telegram channel so you can dive in and hear everything in detail. From Serban Ghenea's techniques to Max Martin's secrets, this video will deconstruct it all. When I first opened the studio multitracks of Don't Call Me Angel by Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus, and Lana Del Rey, my goal was to create a tutorial on mixing bass. But as I explored the stems, I was captivated by the intricate mixing and production woven into this masterpiece. That moment sparked the idea to dig deeper and uncover the secrets behind what makes this track a chart-topping phenomenon. I'm Yek, and my goal is to help you create music that stands shoulder to shoulder with the best in the business. As someone once said, the biggest university of music is the songs that have worked. That belief has guided me, and today we're taking it further by diving into the studio multitracks of iconic hits. Let's get started. Whether you're a mixing engineer or a music producer, this simple yet powerful trick can elevate your track and make it truly stand out from the crowd. Let's talk about the hi-hats. They might seem like a small detail, but when used creatively, they can add a unique and dynamic touch to your production. Pay close attention to these hi-hats as I demonstrate. Now, let's pull up the analyzer and take a closer look. Do you notice that? The pitch of the hi-hat subtly shifts with each bar. Specifically, one bar sees the pitch go up, while the next bar brings it down. This alternating pattern creates a captivating ebb and flow in the rhythm. By incorporating this technique, you're not only adding variation but also injecting energy and movement into your track. It keeps the listener engaged and adds a sense of progression, even in repetitive sections. Another crucial detail to notice is the spatial arrangement of the hi-hats in the mix. All the closed hi-hats are kept in mono and placed right in the center of the track. This gives the rhythm a solid, grounded feel, anchoring the beat and ensuring the closed hi-hats don't overpower other elements in the stereo field. However, there's a clever twist that adds depth and subtle movement to the mix. Only one open hi-hat is panned slightly to the left. This choice creates a sense of space and width without overwhelming the listener or disrupting the balance. The contrast between the mono-centered closed hi-hat and the slightly panned open hi-hat adds a layer of interest to the groove, making the overall percussion feel more dynamic and alive. This technique is a great example of how small, intentional decisions in the stereo field can enhance the listening experience. It keeps the track from feeling flat while maintaining clarity and focus. Try experimenting with panning your elements like this to find the sweet spot that elevates your mix. If you want to know how to apply it to your own songs, let me know in the comment section. By the way, you can download vocal mixing templates along with other meticulously crafted premium templates inspired by top-tier engineers designed for Logic Pro, Studio One, Pro Tools, FL Studio, and Ableton Live. Click the link in the description to get started. I just aligned the kick and 808 tracks closely to examine how their waveforms interact. Let's listen to them first to get a sense of how they're working together. Now, as we observe the waveforms, you can see that the kick and 808 seem to complement each other beautifully. The moment the kick hits, the 808 ducks down slightly, creating space for the kick to punch through the mix. This interaction likely happened during the production stage. Many top-tier producers have a habit of mixing their beats as they produce, ensuring each element fits together seamlessly right from the start. In this case, it's clear that the kick and 808 have been crafted or adjusted to cut perfectly together, achieving a clean and balanced low end. Now, as I zoom in further, notice how the 808's waveform dips close to 0 decibels during the kick's transient. This suggests some form of sidechain compression or intentional level shaping to allow the kick to take precedence while keeping the 808 powerful but unobtrusive. This precise balance prevents the low end from becoming muddy and ensures both elements hit with clarity and impact. I just made a full video about that, which you can see here, how to mix kick and 808 perfectly. Throughout the entire verse and earlier choruses, the 808 remains mono and sounds relatively clean. However, when we reach the final chorus, there's a noticeable yet subtle shift in the character of the 808. A touch of drive or distortion has been introduced, which adds harmonics and introduces some higher frequencies to its tonal spectrum. This slight distortion not only enriches the sound, but also creates a sense of energy and excitement, perfectly complementing the climax of the track. The added high-frequency content makes the 808 stand out more, giving it a gritty, textured edge that helps it cut through the mix without overpowering other elements. Next, I dive deeper and play the Lana Del Rey verse. Let's take a moment to focus on the sub-bass. Listen closely and observe its behavior on the analyzer. In this section, the sub-bass sounds incredibly wide, which is unconventional in sound design. Typically, sub-bass frequencies are kept mono to ensure clarity and compatibility across various playback systems, especially in clubs or live venues. However, many top-charting producers have chosen to break this rule by widening their sub-bass or 808s to create a more immersive or dramatic effect. While this approach can add a sense of depth and space to a track, it comes with risks. Widened sub-bass can cause phase issues and make the low end lose its punch and focus. Yet, when executed with intention and balance, this technique can contribute to a song's unique character. If you found this video useful, there's a free way to support this channel. Just hit the like and subscribe button to join the family. This is the main riff of the song, playing consistently throughout the entire track. One effective way to keep such a recurring element interesting is by using a low-pass filter to introduce subtle variations. Let's listen to how this technique is applied in different sections of the song. For the most part, the riff sounds nearly identical across sections. However, in the beginning of verse 1, there's a noticeable change. The low-pass filter cuts off everything above 7 kHz. As the verse progresses into the next bar, the filter gradually opens back up to its original setting of 11 kHz. This creates a smooth transition and reintroduces the higher frequencies in a way that feels fresh and dynamic. By automating filter sweeps or adjusting frequency cuts in key moments, you can breathe life into repetitive elements and maintain the listener's interest throughout the song. This technique is especially effective in genres that rely heavily on loops or motifs, as it ensures that even familiar parts feel exciting and intentional. I wonder if even such a subtle application of a low-pass filter is a deliberate choice made by top-tier producers. Many mixing engineers and producers often wonder whether they need to tune their kicks to match the key of their track. While we've covered this topic in a previous video, let's take a closer look and determine if this particular kick is tuned to the key of the song. The track is in the key of C minor, CM, so let's analyze the kick. First, I load up FabFilter Pro Q3, set the resolution to maximum and the speed to very fast in the settings menu. This allows me to closely follow the first peak, the fundamental frequency of the kick. I then enable the piano roll in Pro Q3 to detect the pitch of the kick. The analysis reveals that the kick's fundamental frequency falls around A sharp, which means the kick is not tuned to the key of the track. But does this matter? In my opinion, tuning a kick is often unnecessary, especially if the producer hasn't already done it during production. As a mixing engineer, your focus should be on blending elements cohesively rather than obsessing over tuning percussion. For producers, it's essential to understand that not all kicks are the same. Some kicks are generated from a sine wave and have a clear, consistent pitch. Others may slide between notes or have an unclear pitch, while certain kicks might not have any peak frequencies at all. When choosing the right kick for your track, consider the role of your low end, whether it's driven primarily by the kick or the bass, and ensure they complement each other from the start of your sound design process. Ultimately, tuning kicks can be a creative decision, but it's not a hard and fast rule. Instead, focus on selecting and shaping your kick to fit the overall vibe and low-end structure of your track. This approach will lead to a cleaner and more effective mix.